Sometimes I have to wonder, what's wrong with us? Even as Jesus' disciples, there is something wrong with us. Because it's hard for me to hear, I'm sure it's hard for you as well to hear the words that Jesus speaks to us today in this gospel, because they don't necessarily strike the first chord in our hearts. If someone is unjust to you, return. You don't have to return. Seek justice or retribution. If someone slaps you on the one cheek, turn your other. If someone takes your cloak, give them your tunic. Forgive and love your enemies. These are not the things that rise up first in my heart. Am I really Jesus' disciple? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? We, I think, as a people, want justice. We want things to be right. We want those who do good to be rewarded. We want those who do bad to be punished, unless it's me. I mean, I want justice for everyone else, but I want mercy for me. And I would think that probably all of us fall in that category one way or another. I remember one time driving down the highway, and as I'm driving, here comes this guy in my rear view mirror. He's speeding up, and then he's on my tail for a while until the traffic in the other direction isn't there, and he zips around me and speeds off, and I'm just like, oh, that makes me so mad. Where is the cop to catch him? He's clearly speeding. But when I've been caught speeding, I'm glad that the cop didn't pull out and follow me, or that there wasn't any around. I want mercy, but I want justice for everyone else. And then I thought I had that little bit of justice, because of course, road construction. And who was right in front of me, not 6 feet further ahead? The car that passed me, waiting there, and everyone else. There was the person holding their stop sign, and he had to stop right there. There, you see, did that really get you any further? And I felt so good. And then I saw the window roll down and a hand come out of the car in front of me to that person holding the sign, and I saw him hand a bottle of water and a granola bar to the person who was working the roads. And I'm like, oh. This was the person that I judge as being so bad, not seeing who he or she really was. But I had that one thing that person did summed up in my mind. This is not a good person on the road. Justice, mercy. We want justice, but we don't want it for ourselves. We want mercy for ourselves. So the Lord encourages us today to be a people of mercy, to be a people that gives others time and energy and availability to convert. I mean, that's the great gift of God's mercy. God's mercy really for us is the gift of time. You and I have time to convert, to change, to repent, to be different people. Because I don't want judgment. I know that what I have done, what I have failed to do, and should have done, isn't going to paint me as the best person. It's only by God's mercy that I am able to enjoy His goodness, that I'm able to have that place in the kingdom. I don't want that justice. Because what justice means is the end. Judgment. I think we forget that sometimes. When we desire justice, when we want immediate consequences, we're really wanting the end. Because you don't have justice in the middle. Justice really never comes in the middle. If I'm putting my things on the scale and I am weighing them and I've got my stack of things and I'm putting them on the balance and I'm seeing which way is it going to tip, I can't stop halfway and say, oh, look at that, it's going to all balance out, when I've still got 3 more things sitting on the table that have to go on the scales. I have to wait until they're all on the scales. I have to wait to the end to find out what the justice, what the balance is going to be. Now, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be working for justice and towards justice, that there should be consequences for things in this life, but we have to remember that the justice we have in this world will always be imperfect, and we have to be okay with an imperfect justice, so long as we have the opportunity for rehabilitation, we have the opportunity for forgiveness, we have the opportunity for change, for growth, because that time has been given to us by God so that we can be ready for the end times. Whenever I find myself judging someone or being critical of someone or wanting that immediate consequence, I have to stop and say, do I really want this to be the end? Am I ready for the end right now? Then I should take that step back and say, I've got more to change in me. I need to be changed. Surely this other person does too. It is God's gift that we have time, that we're able to change and be converted. In my parents' basement, there's a box somewhere, I'm sure, and in that box is a little green cassette tape. And I'm very glad that it's a cassette tape because you're not going to find very many places to play that tape. But that tape is from the first time my mom and dad got a stereo in the house that had a recording microphone to it. You could plug it in and push the cord. And I was about 5 or 6 years old, and so we were playing on this thing. And when I listen to that tape now, it makes me feel about this big, because I am the biggest show-off and such a little snot on that tape. I want no one to hear it. Hopefully, I am not that person anymore. Hopefully, I'm not the person I was in high school, or the person that I was when I was in seminary, or even when I was newly ordained. Hopefully, I am a different person. I've grown, matured, turned from things that I don't need to embrace in my life. And that is the gift of time that God gives us. He gives us this time to change. He gives us the time to grow, to be converted. And that's a blessing. You and I are not the same person once we've been baptized. We don't have to worry about whatever sins, whatever failings, even if it was just original sin as an infant. We don't have to worry about those sins holding us back from the kingdom. We don't have to worry once we've gone to confession. Anything that I did before, everything from that moment is forgotten by God. He chooses to erase it, to forget it, to wipe it clean. I only have to be concerned with what I have done since then. Which is why that frequent coming to God's mercy is so important. That we always are living in His mercy, that we're always being changed by Him. So that when the end comes and justice is ready to be issued, we stand a better chance of being on the right side of those scales. God has given us this time, not just for you only, but all of us. And so it becomes a good reminder for us today. We live in a time of God's mercy, to indulge in that mercy. Don't take that away from someone else, because we don't want it taken away from us. This is our gift from God. Because there's a lot wrong with us. What's wrong with us? Everything. Everything is wrong with us. We need constant conversion. And it's only by God's love and mercy and grace that we are made good. And it's only by that grace that we will be able to stand in judgment on the last day. Because it's God who's going to make us holy. Thank goodness for the gift of His mercy today. Rejoice in it and give that gift to someone else, so we all have the opportunity to grow, to convert,